I get up, I get down, and I'm jumping around. And the rumpus and ruckus are comfortable now. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow. So I got an apartment across from the park. Put quinoa in my fridge, still I'm not feeling grown. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to go.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang, let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try, so whatever, come hang, let's go out with a bang. Feel like I'm gonna puke, cause my taxes are due. Do my password begin with a 1 or a 2? Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow.
Metronome.
Man, I'm up to something. Oodie-la-dee-do, thank you all for coming. I hope you like the show, cause it's on a budget. So oodie-la-dee-do, yeah. Come on, here we go, yeah. Come on.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang, let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try, so whatever, come hang, let's go out with a bang. So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang, let's go out with a bang.
Here we go.
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang, let's go out with a bang. I'm way too young to lie here forever. I'm way too old to try, so whatever, come hang, let's go out with a bang.
Here we go.
City street is hot, the heat is escalating. Every corner in the town, there's a paycheck waiting. Put another day. The streets can see into your soul. It ain't where you've been, but where you gonna go. Put a flower in your pocket. If you see them, boy, you drop it and you run, run. They may pretend they like you, but man's best friend will bite you just for fun, fun. If they're gunning for you, boy, you've already won.
Hello, everybody. It's me, your host, Mr. San Andreas, here another beautiful Monday. I mean, who doesn't love Mondays? Anyway, over here on Mradio, on the Godman Monday Talk Show, we're on show 21. Jesus, 21. Honestly, it's just crazy how many people have been tuning in. So remember, any music requests you may have, just message us or tag us over on any of our social medias. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Mradio, and Twitch and YouTube at Mradio. Of course, you can catch us on Discord as well, and we'll gladly accommodate your request. Now on to the real saucy stuff. That's right, this week, like any other week, we've got news, ramblings, and of course the craziest theories on radio. Whether you're standing, sitting, or on that walk and run your parents have been hassling you to go on for 12 years now, we've got something for everybody, only on Mradio. And a quick reminder that SX Beats, the show, that's hosted by our in-house DJ SX Brando, will be on at 9 p.m. GMT. But anyway, up next, a song that's always gets me imagining that I can suddenly play the trumpet. Of course I can't. It's Got Me Like by Spencer Ludwig.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what the feeling when you ride it like a wave. Crash into the sparks can come together. Don't need a reason why the universe was made. It goes on and on and on and on forever. And it's a long fight on this battle star. When we fight for love, no matter where we
that was Got Me Like by Spencer Ludwig. Honestly, that song, it gets me every time. I'm up and dancing. Luckily, I'm restricted here in a little square space, so I couldn't dance too much. But I saw the dance. I hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. I'm your host, Mr. San Andreas, and if you're just tuning in now, thank you very much. Anyway, it's show 21 this week, and we've got a lot of news to run through, a lot of good news. And what really surprised me when I was going through the news today, I was kind of in like a bad mood when I was going through the news. But it honestly, a lot of it made me smile. You know, it's not often that the news is good, but it is good this week. A lot of the time, you know, you hear a lot of bad news. But this week, we've got some good news. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Mradio on all the social medias. That's Instagram and Twitter at Mradio, and Twitch and YouTube at Mradio. First off, we're going to start the week off, as we always do, with what I played this week. Now, luckily, I was lucky enough to finish Hitman 3 this week. And the last mission, I'm very mixed opinions about Hitman. When I first loaded into Hitman, I was like, oh my god, why has God waited this long to put this masterpiece in front of me? And when I finished the game, I was kind of like, the answer that and like the game itself is very good. I give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, I give it a 7 out of 10 right there. You know, I'm not going to give you the 9 out of 10 IGN give you, but hey, IO Interactive, decent guys, I'll give you the 7. Okay, I just feel like I don't really know why. You know, one thing that I did pick up that I instantly said after stream was I was playing the Argentina map, the second last map on Hitman 3. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything here. So you know how there's usually mission stories to kill people? You know, you infiltrate as a gardener and then you use a hose to kill them. I don't know how, you just do it. And on the Argentina map there's 2 targets to kill and there's 3 mission stories. Okay, simple enough, you know, seems fair, you know, the 3 outweighs the 2. But now see, we go back to Hitman 1, we go to Sapienza, similar kind of environment, you know, it's also a foreign country, not in South America, but it's in the same climate, and it's not centered around a village, but it is centered around a mansion, same as the Argentina map. And the whole thing is Sapienza has 10 mission stories, and it also has 2 eliminations to be done. So you see the kind of thing I'm going right now, and I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around, what did IO Interactive prioritize when they're making this game? Did they prioritize making a hell of a good map with a banana? Probably. But see, then you look back to the other Hitman games, and they really just focused on level design and what you can do with the levels there. And I feel like in Hitman 3, some of the levels weren't utilized properly, and that's what really killed it for me, because I love Hitman. Okay, I love the series. Its replayability I cannot praise enough. And if you are a gamer on a low budget and you can't afford to spend money every month on video games, I would recommend Hitman, because you can play that shit over and over and over again. But just overall, I feel like level design was not utilized enough. Overall, the locations are beautiful. The gameplay, it runs beautiful. Some of the details, now I see the finer details, they could have been a little bit more finer. But besides that, 7 out of 10, it's not a bad score. Okay, it's not a bad score. And that's what I give Hitman 3. Okay, I also played some 5M this week on Twitch RP. If you want to apply and play with me, maybe play with me on 5M with GTA RP, going over to Twitch RP. Is it slash apply? I don't know. Just look up Twitch RP in the website. I don't know. I don't get asked these questions a lot. Either way, and those are about the roundup of games I really played this week. I'm trying to think of any other games I played. I honestly didn't play much games this week besides from Hitman. I've been meaning to play some Thief Simulator. I was streaming that over on my Twitch, 80% Honest, and that is just, it's a bundle of crack. Honestly, it's fun. It certainly is fun. I kind of just love taking the mickey out of games. It's just my sense of humor, and Thief Simulator is certainly that. Kind of those small indie games. Yeah, that's really it. Anyway, besides from my pursuits of video games this week, make sure to send them if you've played any video games. Anyway, moving on to the first piece of news. Oh, our dear Riot. Oh, dear Riot. Who doesn't love Riot? Well, apparently a percentage of people. Riot mocks Valorant hackers and says it will ban anyone who rides the cheat bus on the highway to hell. Now, while being a good quote, kind of coming off as a little bit salty there, Riot. Okay, it's salt touch. It's they're kind of sitting across from Johnny Silverhand and Cyberpunk in the restaurant, and Johnny just slid on over the little salt holder, and they just chugged the whole thing down their throat because Yeah, it seems a little bit salty, right? The cheat bus on the highway to hell. I appreciate the AC/DC reference there, but kind of, for a big corporation company that's looking to keep a brand-friendly kind of vibe going here, I wouldn't say it's on the best interest for you to be saying stuff like that to your player base. And even if they are cheaters or not, they're still consumers at the end of the day. Like, Lord knows I hate cheaters, okay? Lord knows I hate them. But it seems a little bit extreme from my end of things, okay? Seems a little extreme from my end of things. Talking about hackers, I guess the world's most dangerous malware botnet, as it's been described. This is a piece of articles I've heard about this, but I tend not to read into these things since it gets me thinking. And usually when I think, I spiral into the snowball effect, and then I'll go crazy. So I usually don't look into this stuff. But it took a global effort to take down the world's most dangerous malware botnet. The biggest malware botnet in the world is in the process of being completely dismantled. Described as one of the most professional and long-lasting cybercrime services out there, Emotenet began as a specialized piece of malware designed to steal banking information, and that was back in 2014. Since then, it has evolved into the go-to solution for cyber criminals, according to the European Agency for Law Enforcement, also known as Europol. So that's not with an E either. It's out of my reach. I tend not to think about that stuff because it will put me into a snowball effect. But just so you know, the internet's getting safer day by day. So worry not. You'll be able to listen to Mradio on the internet, no problem at all. Besides from that, we had two kind of stories, I guess, about hackers there. So the next piece of news, I guess, is it's good if you have Minecraft. The Super Nintendo World theme park is under construction in Minecraft. Because let's face it, we're not jetting off to Japan anytime soon. Let's face the facts here. Because there is a Super Nintendo World theme park in Japan. It was recently constructed, I believe. And since, we can't really go there, like, who wouldn't want to go to the Super Nintendo World theme park? Okay, like, even the name itself, saying it really fast, it gets me hyped. And I don't even play Nintendo anymore. But it's under construction in Minecraft, and yeah, whenever that's finished, because it'll take a hell of a time. Some of the buildings I've seen in Minecraft, they take months and months and months. So be patient, and hopefully you'll be able to go to the Super Nintendo World Theme Park anytime soon. So that's a little bit of good news. Anyway, going on to my friends at Romeo Games, Empire of Sin's next patch is taking aim at its biggest problems, and it is nearly ready to pull the trigger. You're probably wondering, what is Empire of Sin? Well, it's kind of like a tactical strategy game based on kind of, what's the best way of saying this? It's based on, like, the Mafia during the Probation era, and kind of building your way up, taking everyone out and making Chicago City yours. Yours for the taking. That's a horrible, horrible accent. But I'm going to roll with it. Rolling on. And Empire of Sin was put by Brenda Romeo and John Romeo, who originally worked on the original Doom, and I was lucky enough to not only meet at Gamerfest but be involved in a podcast with him. So that is my proudest moment in my living life. I've told the story like twice in 21 shows, and I'm probably going to tell it again in the future. But to say I was pumped for this game, I saw it at Gamerfest, I saw it in Insomnia, I didn't get to speak to John about it, but I was sure it was going to be psyched. I got the game myself. I was addicted for a few days, and then I decided, like, if I don't just uninstall it, I'll keep playing it. And this is during a time when I had to be in my tip-top game. I needed videos edited. I kind of liked the game. I felt there was issues with it, precisely the fact that it did not tell you a lot of the stuff. It told you, like, the main basics, like how to take over operations, how to recruit and everything. But when it came to the more complicated stuff, managing your businesses and usually just the whole interface of the game, the statistics of it are very confusing. Everything's kind of just mulched together. Maybe I'm just not on tip-top game, but it just kind of feels awkward to me. And then, of course, the main thing that nearly every game faces these days, which is bugs, and would you guess it, more bugs. I say this reference a lot, but I really feel like that game studios, they just need to, keep the pizza in the oven longer. Okay, that's the problem, because it's kind of a problem we all have. Sometimes you take out the pizza too early, and it's still edible, but it's not as nice as if the pizza was nice and crunchy. You know, just that perfect mid temperature right there. And I guess that's a problem I especially saw with Watch Dogs Legion and, you know, with Cyberpunk. You know, the pizza wasn't even cooked. They just took it straight out of the box and started chomping. But yeah, it faces a lot of games face that these days. They just don't cook the pizza. Okay, and my advice: cook the pizza. Okay, make sure the pizza's cooked. Don't take it out. You know, tell them, like, if I asked if the pizza was ready and I was told no, I wouldn't say, well, give it to me anyway. I'd say, hold up, take your time. I can wait another 20 minutes for that pizza to be cooked. Don't worry. You know, so it's really like that. And I would mainly put the blame on the corporations who, let's face it, are looking for the quick monopoly money. But at the end of the day, you know, it's the consumers who are constantly hounding for the game. And when it gets delayed, they're like, no. And then when it gets released with loads of bugs way too early, they're like, no. It's extremely hard to keep those consumers happy. And it's a double-edged sword, really. You know, you got hungry consumers and you got hungry corporation businessmen. And either way, you're going to get a few scrubs and scrotches. I don't even know if that's not a word, but I'm going to roll with it. And if from either way. But that's Empire of Sin. So we can look forward to the next patch, taking aim at some of its biggest problems, which it's majority it's bugs, just bugs, fix bugs. Anyway, so today the next piece of news is going to be the EU. Now we all just love the EU. I live in the EU. Many people live in the EU, and the EU to make a preliminary ruling on Microsoft's 7.5 billion accusation of the ZeniMax by March 5th. ZeniMax, like Bethesda, basically. So it's still to be reviewed. I covered this news a few weeks ago now. It's going back probably into single digits. And I was, you know, I guess I was happy that someone was going to be taking over the horse pile of you-know-what out at Bethesda. Especially after the horrific launch and the horrific, I guess, after launch of Fallout 76. I originally thought this already happened in motion, but apparently it's still being reviewed. It's quite a lot of money. Like if you give me that 7.5 billion right now, or give it to my country more precisely, that would put a huge dent in the 220 million debt or 220 billion debt that we face. So it's, you know, it's not pennies, you know, it's not even pennies to Bill Gates. He's worth like 86 something million, so it's not even pennies to him. It's a good percentage. I'm not saying this is going to come out of his pocket, but you know, it's not a small amount by any means. But I originally thought that it was already like in motion, it already happened, but apparently Microsoft have not yet officially got Bethesda on their roster, so they can't claim Fallout 4 yet. We still have access to the meant to be our future exclusive games for Xbox. So, PS4 gang. I feel like I'm in the middle right now. I've got a PC, so I feel like whatever happens with Microsoft and Bethesda, the only way I'm going to be affected is feeling bad for my friends still on PS4. And you know what, I think with some intensive therapy, I'll be able to get over that in general. Either way, Microsoft, I really do not hope that you get Bethesda, because that would, you know, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer. I don't want Xbox to have another exclusive. Anyway, a new horror game, or how I would describe it anyway, a horror game, The Medium, has already earned back its development and promotion costs. If you don't know The Medium, don't worry, I'm not too familiar with it myself. 2 days ago, I was scrolling through my YouTube feed to try put on some kind of entertainment while I typed up something for one of my friends. And I came across H2O Delirious streaming. I've recently started watching his live streams for the simple fact that he was streaming Hitman 3 when I didn't have it, so I kind of just peeked in a few quick looks. Okay, I'm guilty on that charge, officer. But I just saw it, you know, The Medium, and I was like, okay, well, you know, that's sounds like a horror game. Instantly, I just like The Medium horror game. It's either gonna be a horror game or a psycho thriller, and I was like, either or, I'm happy. And I looked into it, and it's kind of, I honestly don't know how to describe it. You know, it's a third-person horror game that I only saw like maybe an hour of it, but I was so intrigued by it, the story. I couldn't tell you. It's indescribable, but it gripped me so well. And when I saw this piece of news out there, I was like, I have to talk about the medium, because although I do not understand any of the core concepts of the medium or what it's even defined as in a genre, I know I love it. It's kind of one of those games that I don't completely understand, but I do completely love. The story of Medium is like it's two separate dimensions or universes, and there's one that's in the kind of normal universe, or normal as in normal for the medium, and then there's like a sad universe where all the monsters and the bad memories live. And I have this kind of idea in my head that it's kind of all around dreams and mind. And one movie that kind of came to my attention while watching it was Inception from the 2010 Leonardo DiCaprio thriller. And it's kind of like it's all in your head, if you get me, in that way. It's kind of like a super universe. I do believe there is like different abilities. You know how people can go into other people's heads. I saw that a little bit there. And although I can't really describe it, the first kind of monster I encountered was, you didn't see him. He was invisible. You know, you heard his footsteps like bang, bang. Sorry if that was a bit loud. That was right next to the mic. But it was invisible, and it wasn't like that kind of real monster. It was more like in your head, and those kind of movies that, like, you know, the monster isn't your traditional, you know, those slimy teeth, and you know he's a dark creature and he resides in a very, very dark place. You know, that stuff doesn't really appeal to me. The kind of stuff like the psychological thrillers, and that's what appeals to me. You know, the hidden monsters. You know, I don't mean like hidden as in, you know, a predator, like hidden in the trees. I mean kind of either hidden in the trees or hidden in someone's kind of, you know, mind. Be like, you know, I'm trying to think of it right now. I can't even think of my favorite horror movie. That's so sad. But like hiding in plain sight kind of horror, you know, with Jack Nicholson. I'm trying to think of the name. The Shining. God damn, why couldn't I think of that? You know, the monster in that movie, Jack Nicholson, like, he doesn't appear to be there at the very start. He slowly develops kind of, you know, into the monster that he is going to be. And the same with American Psycho and Get Out. Those slow burners. I really like those. Now, I feel like Medium, although it's indescribable for the minute, I would recommend having a look at it, because it's already earned back its development, so you could say it's above average. That was a bad pun. Okay, that was a bad pun, but hey, had to be made. If it wasn't me, it was going to be someone else. Okay. Either way, talking about our favorite company, Valve. Yay! Everyone's saying yay. Well, Valve's facing lawsuit claims. A lawsuit claims Valve is abusing its market dominance to keep prices high. The lawsuit also names developers including Ubisoft, CD Projekt Red, and Developer Digital. So apparently someone's a little bit peed off that these companies are so big that they can afford to keep their prices high. Personally, that seems a bit, idiotic to me. For the simple fact that there's a reason why they're so dominant. You know, they're obviously, first of all, they make good games. You know, Valve in the early 2000s, late 2000s, you know, they're still racking it up. You know, it's the same with Ubisoft, CD Projekt Red. You know, they've built up good credibility in the past few years, which has now been crumpled by their recent release of Cyberpunk 2077. But there's a reason why they're using their market dominance. Like, I don't think it's illegal to use your market dominance. You know, I don't think it's illegal for any kind of dominant brand to do that in their market. You know, sure, it might be unfair, but I don't really see a point in claiming a lawsuit for it. That's my personal opinion. If you have a different personal opinion, why don't you head on over to our Discord, our Twitter, our YouTube, which can all be found on the website in the Better section. Either way, going on to a little bit of less confusing news, you know, a little bit of foreshadowing from IO Interactive here. So IO Interactive, who've recently released the Hitman 3 to end off the Hitman trilogy, or at least a new one. The Hitman 3 DLC is definitely coming. That's IO's words, not mine. They said it's definitely coming. Usually the thing with the Hitman 3 DLCs is not a completely new map. It's kind of reimagining the old maps and kind of having new gameplay experiences on them. So we'll look forward to whatever IO Interactive kind of has for us. in that line of things. Either way, we're going to take a quick music break. If you have enjoyed the show so far, make sure to check out all the Mradio social medias, Instagram and Twitter at the Only Mradio, YouTube and Twitch at Mradio. Next up is Sunday Best by Surfaces. It might not be a Sunday, but we're damn sure going to look our best.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you're around it. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to get you grounded. Keep good things inside your ears just like the waves and sound it. And just say whatever, cause there is no way you're grounded. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
that was The Chain coming back together. Honestly, I love that song. I don't know. I have like a little bit of a flair for those kind of songs. Either way, welcome back to the Godman Monday Talk Show with me, your host, Mr. San Andreas. We're on episode 21. If you're only joining now, make sure to go check out all the Mradio social medias. That's Instagram, Twitter, the only Mradio, and YouTube and Twitch at Mradio. I feel like I'm just learning that stuff right now. I'm saying it. The only like test each show is if I can say it faster and faster. You know, I'll try say everything a little bit faster each episode. I don't know. I like fast talking. I've told I'm a very fast talker. Fast. Usually it ends up in me mispronouncing some words. Most of the time I get through okay. And sometimes people ask me to slow down. You know, I'm naturally a fast talker. I like getting through stuff very, very fast. Anyway, talking about fast, Epic Games have decided to do something lovely with Fortnite. See, Fortnite, now I guess, you know, we've always known that Fortnite is a very, very advanced game, and they've actually invented the time traveling car from Back to the Future, and they've went all the way back to 2012 to get the Gangnam Style emote so they can put it in their game. Fortnite is getting the Gangnam Style emote, you know, and damn, that's going like 2012 vibes right there, real 2012 vibes. So I guess anyone want to do that? Gangnam Style, yeah, no, that was a hell of a song. Did I get like 3 billion views on YouTube? But anyway, getting away from Fortnite, Valve, yay! I feel like I shouldn't be like so hard on Valve. You know, that they've never really done anything to me personally. I just I don't know why I don't like them. I just don't. I think it's precisely because Gmod ran like crap on my PC. I think that's like the main reason I hate Valve. That's a really crap reason, but hey, we all have our crap reasons. Well, anyway, Valve have been hammering away the ban hammer, and they've banned 37 CSGO coaches caught cheating with the spectator bug, and 4 of them have been giving lifetime bans from CSGO major events. So last week they banned like 37 players from ever competing in major events again, and now they're banning 37 CSGO coaches. Valve have got out the ban hammer, and they are hitting it everywhere. Next thing, they're going to be banning CSGO parents. First players, then coaches, now parents. But hey, Valve, you know, you do what you do, okay? You do you. Anyway, going on to a little bit of brighter news, or I don't know if it's brighter, depending on the perspective you're taking. Sonic seems to be getting a new voice actor after 10 years. 10 very long years. 10 years doesn't really seem long unless the voice actor was getting old when he started the role. But hey, you know, new voice actor, new generation. Let's go. Sonic, I don't really, you know, Sonic, I feel like he hasn't had his own original game for a while now. I mean, he's kind of just taking the promo off some other games right now. You know, he's in a lot of Nintendo games these days. And he got his own movie a while ago, and that was that was horse crap. That's really the only way of describing the new Sonic movie, being quite blunt with you. But who should play him next? I have no idea who would play Tom. I said Tom. Who would play Sonic next? You know, Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know who would play him next. I saw like a really funny question the other day. Does anyone know what animal Sonic the Hedgehog is? It's so silly, but it cracks me up every time. It's one of those questions that it's so silly it just cracks you up. I'm laughing right now. Hot damn. Almost 750 million free games were claimed on the Epic Games Store last year. 750. Like, when I first saw that number, my instant thought was how many food bags were handed out last year, you know, like in a country or even in the world. Because it'd be interesting to see how much food bags or how much help goes out to the people who need it in the world versus how many free games were given away in the Epic Games launcher for PC only. You know, that's my immediate thought with that, because, you know, congratulations Epic, another successful year for your $8 billion net worth and growing. But it kind of put things in, the first immediate thought I had was like, yeah, but like, what about the other things in life? I guess that's that really though. You know, it's very smart marketing and kind of strategy to just call up Epic. Say if you're Rockstar done it with GTA 5, when GTA 5 was looking a little bit low in the player base, Rockstar were like, oh, we're not getting any shark cards, microtransactions as we usually get, and someone at Rockstar HQ, or it could have been Take-Two Interactive, they called up Epic and said, hey, you want a free game? And then for like a week they had GTA for free, and you could claim it for free. I didn't get it because I already had GTA, but a lot of my friends got it. And it is a smart marketing strategy, because whatever Epic has as their free game, you're immediately guaranteed players, because who doesn't want a free game? It's kind of, who doesn't want a free game? Free games are good. Free games are free. And so on that side of things, Well done to Epic Games. It's a massive milestone, and congratulations from Mradio. Now, I said we had a lot of happy news, and we mainly do have happy news, but this is, I guess, one of the sadder pieces of news from everything. Resident Evil Village actor Jeanette Moss has died at the age of 39, and all sympathies at Mradio go out to Jeanette's family. It's incredibly tragic that a talented voice actor at 39, has died. That's never really what you want to hear. Young actors dying so young. That's not good at all. So, Jeanette, I've never personally played Resident Evil. I'm not a fanatic of that kind of genre. But I'm sure if you got into a Resident Evil anything, you have to be talented. So I'm very, very sorry. Our sympathies go out to the whole family there. Elon Musk has braced us with the next biggest thing. You can now play Cyberpunk 2077 on the gaming PC inside the new Tesla Model S. So you can't play Cyberpunk 2077 on a PlayStation 4, which is meant to be optimized for gaming, but apparently you can play it on one of Elon Musk's new inventions. That's just hilarious to me. It's poorly optimized for consoles, which are meant for gaming, and then something meant for totally something else it can run on. Fine. That actually cracks me up. And when I actually saw that, I had like a vision in my head. It's like, the kid, he's in the back strapped in, his dad's dropping him off to school. And then he says, Dad, good luck and work. And he said, Jimmy, what? He's so immersed in the beautiful night city of Cyberpunk 2077 and his new Tesla Model S that he's totally forgot about his kid. That I don't know why that came to me, but it did. I can just see, people just getting immersed in it. Imagine that, though. Imagine like you just roll up in a car. I heard like you could play a few games in the new Tesla. I can't name them off the top of my head. But it's kind of amazing to me that we've got to the level where we can have fully optimized games. Like, Cyberpunk by no means is a small game. It is a massive game. A massive game full of bugs, but still a massive game. And yet, a car can play it. And it kind of, begs the question. We can fit something as powerful as a PC in a Tesla model, which, it's chunky. Okay, it's chunky. It's chunky. Sorry about that. There's noise going on. It's chunky, and yet we can't really develop something to work better with our environment on that side of things. So I guess that's kind of a question to pose for ourselves, about where we're going. Like, by all means, fantastic stuff, Elon, but maybe we should be looking towards something else besides from gaming in cars. That's just me being realistic. Anywhoozles, going away from that, EA, Electric Sports, or Electric Arts, sorry, I'm going off FIFA, EA Sports, and Electric Arts reveals its new skate studio, Full Circle. Everyone loves it at EA. We love giving you our money on the weekly, EA, yeah. For a context there, Electric Arts, not a good reputation when it comes to literally dragging microtransactions out of its consumers. But I will say something. Early 2000s, late 2000s, absolute bars. Okay, EA done everything right. Beyond good and evil. Then you had FIFA, you had Skate, you had Sims. Oh my god, the games were bars. And then they realized that they could make people pay for stuff on top of already paying for a $60 game. So they started adding microtransactions, which are transactions within the game, and they sort of made pay to win a thing. And then EA, they've since had a very bad reputation. That was in 14, FIFA 14, 2014, 2013. That's when that started happening. I forgot about Mirror's Edge as well. That was another good game. And one of the games that I grew up on the Xbox 360 was Skate 3. This was my all-time favorite game. I played it all the time. I picked it up for €20 on the cheap and GameStop, already used, and I loved it. I played it every day. I grinded the crap out of it. It was my all-time favorite game at that time. Obviously, I didn't play Red Dead. GTA 5, FIFA 11, those are the kind of games I played back then, and I loved it. I loved it, and it kind of made me sad to hear that kind of it's confirmed like last year and the year before that Skate, it wasn't going to happen again. It was gone. We had rumors of other kind of Skate games coming back, but it didn't really matter what kind of Skate game came back because it was never going to live up to Skate. Skate was kind of one of the first games that didn't take skating too seriously, but didn't take it too jokingly either. They got it right in the middle. They took it lightheartedly, but they also took it seriously, and they didn't kind of sway either way. And maybe Skate 2 was a bit different, but Skate 3 I think was a masterpiece, and that just goes to credit. Look at it on YouTube. You'll see what I mean. It's an extremely entertaining game, and I personally loved it. And I kind of utilized, the thumbsticks, the right and left stick, and it really utilized that. And now they did release a Session, I believe, was it last year? It was last year, which was kind of like a rip-off of Skate in one way, but I didn't like it at all. But now EA, they've been making some good decisions, which is really weird to say. I don't know whether to congratulate EA or tell them where's the catch, But they've made some good decisions, and now that there's a new Skate studio solely for Skate called Full Circle, I am so hyped, because if Skate 4 comes out, I'm losing my marbles. Okay, I'm losing my marbles. I'm spending them. So that's good news on that side of things. Hitman 3 has already earned back its development costs a week in. We talked about this with the Medium already earning back its development costs, but Hitman 3, a massive AAA game, has already earned its development costs within a week. So, that's not bad at all. I think Cyberpunk done it within a day. When they'd done it before the launch even happened with all the pre-orders. But yeah, so congratulations to IO Interactive, working fantastically hard over there, and you deserve the win. Kevin Hart, the comedian and overall good guy, has joined the Borderlands movie cast. The Jumanji star will portray the highly trained former soldier Roland. Now, how do I know this is not going to work? It's because it's a video game movie. They never work, okay? That's the simple, it's the rule of thumb. Video game movies, if they do work, it's very rarely. You'll get a gem every once in a while. Most of the time, video game movies don't work, and that's why I feel like bringing on a huge kind of a superstar like Kevin Hart, while it might boost the profile of the movie, I don't know if it's going to do any good for the movie overall. I don't really see Kevin Hart as a Borderlands character, but I'm excited to see what the hell they do with him. I'm excited to see that side of things. IO's studio director says its Bond game could be a trilogy. Now, for a little bit of context for this, IO Interactive announced maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I actually got an email about it, that they're going to be releasing a James Bond game. And originally this is going to be like a short kind of James Bond game, nothing too serious, just kind of classic James Bond. Who doesn't like classic James Bond? But now, news has leaked that it could turn out to be double the size it originally was, and it could turn into another trilogy. And this has got me so excited. Once again, for the movie side of things, I always kind of grew up on Star Wars and James Bond and a lot of the CSI, that was the kind of stuff I kind of grew up on. And to see kind of James Bond turn into a game that doesn't have the graphics of 2006, no offense, GoldenEye, but it excites me, okay? It extremely excites me to have James Bond in high definition, 60 frames per second, with someone like IO Interactive behind it, like that does excite me, because if IO Interactive can do what they done with the Hitman series but with James Bond, I will be a happy chap. I will be a very happy chap. Now, earlier on in the show, we talked about how Epic Games had over 750 million free games claimed last year, but they recently had Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the free market, and over 19 million players grabbed a free copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2. And now, Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out in 2017, I remember, because I got the game straight off the shelf, and let me say, the launch was a disaster. That's not even an exaggeration. The launch, the words have not been invented for how terrible it was. But it's a banger now. That's all that matters. The end result is all that matters. In some cases, the lead up can be important, especially in criminal cases. But overall, it's got there, and I'm happy. I didn't fall in love with Star Wars Battlefront immediately, but I've been playing it since 2017, and now to see it blow up, it's fantastic, because honestly, I don't know how they've done it, but they've done a massive turnaround in the game. It's massive. So I'm happy for that sense of thing. And talking about EA and grabbing free copies of stuff, you can now grab EA Play for just 99 cents. It mightn't be free, but it's probably the best you're going to get. And I would recommend getting EA Play. I had it on Xbox, then I had it on PlayStation, now I have it on PC. You get a load of free games, for an extremely cheap price. You get all the Battlefields, you get most of the Star Wars, you get the Sims, you get a load of kind of, free platformers. So I definitely recommend it. I'd do it. If it was me, I'd do it. And Nintendo Switch has now passed the 3DS in lifetime sales. I'm not really surprised by that at all. I always knew the Nintendo Switch was going to do that, even though the 3DS was extremely popular. I'm just kind of surprised in the amount of time it took. Nintendo Switch is a very, very popular console, and it surprised me it took this long to really get to that stage. But congratulations, Nintendo! Another milestone passed. You got a round of applause from Mr. San Andreas here. And our last piece of news for today's show is about Animal Crossing. So it's happy because it's Animal Crossing, but it's sad because it's the last piece of news. Animal Crossing New Horizons Valentine's Day items are heading to the Nook stop. Now let me tell you something about Animal Crossing here. Okay, guys. I mentioned that on the Xbox 360 I grew up with FIFA and Skate and GTA, but before I got a console, I had a Nintendo DS. Okay, I had a Nintendo DS, and I loved it. Okay, I had like 50. I had one of those cards that had like loads of games on one card, and my friend he got it for me. I had like loads of Sims. I had the Call of Duties. I had GTA Chinatown Wars. I had nearly most of the modern FIFAs out at that point. And of course, I had this really weird thing called Animal Crossing Wild World. Okay, and I had it for like a few weeks, and I kind of bypassed Animal Crossing because I saw like Animal Crossing. Now, me being the snobby nose, I don't even know how old I was, but me being a snobby nose guy, I was like, Animal Crossing, what do I look like? I'll stick to the modern stuff like Call of Duty and GTA and all that, and every time I might slip in a little bit of Sims, it's my guilty pleasure, I'll admit. And so one of these days, every while I'll just break down and play something totally random. It's happened with my time in Porta. It's happened to some really weird games that I've ended up enjoying that I never think I would enjoy. But I've done it to Animal Crossing Wild World, and I was like, I'll break down. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. It's probably gonna be nothing. And I played it and I fell in love with it. God damn, it was like Sims, but it was animals. It was animals, and it was like real time. So you'd sim your life, and you'd go to a new village. You could call the village whatever you want. I usually called it my place of birth, or like whatever I was kind of interested in at the time. And you could create your character as well, customization, and then you'd be in this little village. It had a museum, it had gates, it had a city hall, it had the Nook, Tom Nook, the Nook stop. And I had all these little villagers that would auto generate, and there's like ducks and everything. They're all animals, and it just got me crazy. I loved it. It was so fun. You go hunting for like fish and bees and different kind of fruits and everything. And Animal Crossing was a huge part of my early gaming years. For the simple fact that, you know, it was kind of one of the first games I invested a hell of a lot of hours into. You know, probably Super Mario would have been the first kind of real one. But Animal Crossing was definitely in top 3. You know, it was between it, FIFA, and Animal Crossing, and GTA kind of came in later. And I loved it, you know, and that's kind of why The Sims and all that is kind of my guilty pleasure. You know, I don't say it, but it's there. And they're going to be getting their Valentine's Day items. They're going to be heading into Tom Nook's shop, and you can pick them up. For a long time, I was actually contemplating getting a Nintendo Switch just so I could play Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like, if Animal Crossing was available to get on PC, I really wouldn't care about the cost. I'd do it. Unless it cost more than a Nintendo Switch, then I'd probably just get the Nintendo Switch, you know, so I could play Animal Crossing. But for Animal Crossing. For a long time, I was contemplating getting a Nintendo Switch just so I could play the new Animal Crossing because it looks so good. I still want to play it. You know, I never want to play a game, but I know it's not financially viable. I'll just stop watching the game. I'll just come to a point where I'm like, ugh, depression. I can't play it. You know, I'll come to that point, and then I'll just lose it. Either way, that's the last piece of news for today, everybody. If you have enjoyed the show, and if you want to tune into more shows, feel free to check out our YouTube at Mradio, and you'll be able to check out all our other previous shows. There was 20 of them, but not all of them are available on YouTube, unfortunately. But if you want to check us out on other social media platforms, we're also on Twitter and Instagram at the Only Mradio, and Twitch at Mradio. I've been your host, Mr. San Andreas, for the God Mode Monday Talk Show. I thank you very much for sticking with me, and for our very last song, Burn the House Down by AJR.
Used to keep it cool, used to be a fool, all about the bounce in my step. Watch it on the news, what you gonna do? I could hit refresh and forget. Used to keep it cool. Should I keep it light, stay out of the fight? No one's gonna listen to me. If I write a song, preaching what is wrong, will they let me sing on TV? Should I keep it light? Is that right? Way up we go. Been up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. We gon' burn the whole house down. Yeah, used to let it go. Walk into the show, gawking at the tricks up your sleeve. Too good to be truthful. I'm in a room full of entertainers and thieves. Used to let it go. Oh no. Way up we go. Been up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. We gon' burn the whole house down. Should I hang my head low? Should I bite my tongue? Or should I march with every stranger from Twitter to get shit done? Used to hang my head low, now I hear it loud. Every stranger from Twitter is gonna burn this down. Way up we go. Been up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me